2 weeks in a row.
We both had the same thought. 2 weeks in a row, we actually managed to figure out how to get this thing to stream into the ClickFunnels official group itself. So we are doing pretty good with that. We finally figured out the trick. You could only share it to one place at a time. Yep. Wasn't that it?
Go back to the way we used to do it.
Madison can't share it to her own profile, but she can share it into the ClickFunnels group. So if you want to know, you want to take the course on Facebook Streaming Secrets, 1997, payable to Madison, and you can have the whole program.
Yeah.
But what are we going to talk about this week? I mean, there's nothing going on in the ClickFunnels world.
Unfortunately not. I mean, I think it's just how like radio silence. It's not like anybody's opted into anything, or there's no new software coming out. There's no
nothing.
Conference.
And everybody keeps talking about this guy Al, and I don't understand. It's Al all the time, and it's just like I go, "Can you spell that for me?" And they go, "It's AI," and I go, "Wait, that's not."
Well, it's Al from Quantum Leap, obviously.
Al was that the guy Bakula would talk to?
Yeah, that was the hologram.
The hologram. Okay, he was a hologram.
And he had Ziggy. Okay. Remember, he had the little device and he had Ziggy, and that's why I call my AI Ziggy. And because
Al, I vaguely remember watching that show. It was a good show, and then all of a sudden, like, boom, it's done. Is because like mid-season they canceled it or something, and so they had to stitch some scenes together and just end the entire series. And but yeah, it was always pretty good. And then they tried to remake, was it like last year or something? I just flopped miserably.
3 years ago.
Yeah. Is that 3 years ago already?
Good. Yeah, I think it's getting good.
You know these things. You probably still get a TV Guide in the mail, don't you?
It was one of my favorite shows as a kid, Quantum Leap.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I get the TV Guide. No, I don't get the TV Guide, Dan.
Oh.
I go to tvguide.com.
Oh, is that where you get it? Okay.
Yeah, I loved the TV Guide as well.
Yeah, I forget, was Archie Bunker or something. There was an episode where one of the TV guides got lost or something. And he was going to freak out because he had like the entire collection for 20 years. It's like, why? Why do I need to know what was on TV in 1963 at 5 o'clock in the afternoon? I don't know how that serves me. But, especially now with Al, we can just go and have Al recreate it for us. So,
Al is great. If you're like, what was that episode that Gunsmoke went to blah, blah, blah. Miss Kitty ran off, and it will tell you.
Really? Yeah, why not? It knows everything else. So this week, Russell's having a monstrous challenge called the AI Secrets Challenge. And of course, we've all been talking about it. We're all been out promoting it. And by the way, if you are promoting it, what are you doing to promote it? Just drop some comments down below. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know what you're doing next week for your people, because everybody's doing like after parties and stuff. Madison and I are going to do what we're calling implementation sessions after the live every day. So we're both Pacific time. So I think it's 10 a.m. is a VIP, 10 till 11, then 11 till like 1 or 12:30, 1, something like that. It's going to be the main session. And then I know, like I said, we're having an implementation session afterwards. Doug Boughton, I think John Bakula's having one, probably a bunch of other people, where you can jump on the call with us after the show. And we're just going to talk about whatever was on the show. And supposedly we're going to get the software next week. We don't know what day. That's the promises we've been hearing.
Monday.
So
Monday, because I think it's you're building in it.
Yeah, hopefully on Monday we're going to have it. And so we're going to be able to sit on that implementation call and go through the software and check it out. And, if you have it available, great. If not, you can see what it can do. And then if you want to jump in, all that kind of stuff. But either way,
I think you only get the software if you take the VIP upgrade.
Yeah, and the VIP upgrade costs $0. So if you go and you sign up, and if you need a link, just ask either of the two of us. Obviously, we can't drop it here because we're in the ClickFunnels group. But you can, you have to sign up for a 14-day trial. But the 14-day trial doesn't start, I don't think, until Monday. So from Monday, you get 2 weeks to trial the software. And if you don't like it, you just say, hey, no thanks. They don't charge you. But otherwise, the VIP is absolutely free. So you get that extra hour in the morning with Russell. If you sign up for the VIP, no money out of your pocket. Even if it was $1. Well, I don't think, no, we didn't have to even pay $1 because, no, okay. So they don't even collect a credit card at that point. Unless you buy a bunch of the VIP or
no, you still had to put a credit card down.
We had to put a credit card down. Okay, I don't know. It's so long ago. I forget how we did it. But either way, so you put a credit card down. They don't even bang it until whatever, 3 weeks from now or something ish. Don't quote me on that. Okay, so do you want to go first or do you want me to go first, Madison, to show off some stuff?
You go first because my thing can either be quick or we can expand upon it. So.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see how much time we got left. Okay, so let me do this. Let's do the screen share thing. It's always like 14 buttons to get here. And I want to be on the screen here, and we will share that. And now I have to rearrange a few things on my end. You can go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead and share it right now. Okay, so you can see my YouTube account, and you're going, what the hell does your YouTube account have to do with anything?
All those views.
Yeah. So yeah, I got a whole bunch here unlisted. I have so many videos in here that I still have to release. As I shoot the videos, I upload them, put them in there, and then I'm working on then doing the titles, descriptions, everything else, which is a whole other subject that we'll talk about in future shows. But a big, huge project I'm building with AI to do everything for you, except shoot the video. Unfortunately, it won't do that for me.
Yeah, it would. Just make a sure avatar.
It would, yeah, but it wouldn't be me, and I couldn't show what I want to show. And of course, as soon as we start here, the cat's over here crying because it wants to go outside, so it can sit there for a while. But one thing, so here's the funny story, the backstory on this. Tom Bilyeu had a post one day, and he was talking about how he was using AI inside of YouTube. And I was like, AI inside of YouTube? What? The funny part of the story is, so he puts something in, big long prompt, and AI says, I can't help you with that. He goes, you can't help me with what? I can't help you with that. What do you mean you can't help me with it? I can't help you with that. So he takes the prompt apart and puts like the first part in, and boom, it answers that part. Then he puts in another part, answers that part. Then he starts putting in people's names because he had a whole list of names in there. So he starts putting in one name after another, and whatever, helped him with that. Finally, he put in the name Jeffrey Epstein. And YouTube said, I can't help you with that. And he wasn't happy that he was being censored by YouTube, but it made me go in here and say, where's the AI in here? Well, of course, you got your sparkle icon right up here. So that always turns on the AI. And I see Madison is totally frozen on our end here. Or is she back? No, she's back.
I'm back.
But either way, so I can come in here, click on this, and I can start asking any kind of questions about my site at all. So I'm just going to put in here a prompt because, sometimes AI is a little slow. I'm going to put in some prompts. We'll go look at some other stuff. We'll come back. We'll go back and forth here. But let me just, because I used this extensively the other day, and it really does a good job of giving you information. And it will answer just about any question you have about YouTube and how YouTube works and how you should do things in there and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to ask it, how many videos do I have about ClickFunnels? Can't even type this morning. We'll let it go. It's reviewing that. Okay, so now we're just going to jump over here while it's thinking to this page, and I'm going to reload the page. So this is the AI Secrets Challenge page right here. And a couple things on this page that I wanted to make note of. And the one is as you scroll down the page, when we get right below where this typewriter text is going on here, we're going to trigger something that is we're going to trigger a section, and it's going to open up a box at the bottom right there. So it opens up this box right there. Okay, pretty cool. And you keep going down the page, but it has some huge limitations. And after working on this for a while, I found out what these limitations are. First off, once it's triggered, it never leaves the page again. So that's one of the problems, because what they're using here is an intersectional observer is what it is called. And what it does is right here is, oh, come on. Of course, as soon as I click on something, it wants to bounce. Okay. That right there is this section on the page. So this section right down here, you're going to see now becomes colored. Well, you can see where it lives on the page is actually between this section right here. Let me scroll down some. So we got the section above it, and we have the section below it. So it lives natively right here on the page. And as you scroll down the page, as soon as you hit just 1 pixel of this section on the page, it becomes visible. It receives a class. And right here is the class right here, is bottom sticky. So if we were to reload this page, oops, let me get back up a little bit higher. So we got our 1692. Yeah, you have to make sure you're up high enough, otherwise it'll be visible and you'll have it there. Okay, so here is our 1692. So watch this over here, and as I scroll down, you're going to see a bunch of it turn purple and that class be added to it. So we're going to scroll down, and boom, right there. So it turned purple and is bottom sticky. But what they did to put this in here is they used something I got to admit I never heard of before. I've used observers before, never had very good luck with any of them. But this is an intersection observer. I think I said intersectional. It is an intersection observer, which says, as we scroll down, and here again is our ID, or not our ID, our unique identifier for this element, for this section. As you scroll down, you get to that section, and what it does here is it adds this class as is bottom sticky. And the threshold is 0.01, which means 0.01%. I said 1 pixel, but basically it's the same. So that's what it does, is you scroll down and it pops up on the screen. Well, we've been doing stuff like this for a long time, just using JavaScript, or in my case here, I use jQuery. And the way you do it in jQuery is actually much easier. I suspect AI probably gave them this stuff here. It's much easier, and it gives you a lot more flexibility, because I tried to make this so that when you came down to the page, you got to a certain point, it turned on. But then when you got below a certain point, then it turned off. And what happens is it causes it to flicker really bad. And when I was working with AI on figuring this out, it gave me all kinds of warnings. And one of them has said, what you're going to find is when you try to do that, it's just going to flicker, and it's like virtually no way to turn that off. And I was just like, oh, well, okay, let's just default back to how I would normally do it. And that is this code right here. So on our page, what I did is I built it up here at the top. And you can, once you're ready for production, move it all the way down to the bottom, but leave it visible. Okay, because otherwise you forget it's on the page, you forget where it is, you got to try to find it in the layout. We'll just hide it using the code. And then otherwise, all I did is I came in here, I gave this ID of sticky section, and then let's open this up here. And then here is the class that I'm going to apply to it. So even though they're both called sticky section, one's a class, one's an ID, this is the class I'm going to give to it, which class just gives it some CSS, which is going to say position fixed of the bottom, z-index of 999, so it's always going to be in front of everything else, and a height of 200 pixels. I think if I didn't put in the height, it should have worked just fine without the height, now I think about it. But either way, that's what it is. Oh, I know what it wanted to do. I think it wanted to take up the entirety of the page. That was the thing. And then it would cover up any buttons on the page or anything else. So now here we go. So here is their intersectional observer. Here's some other testing I did with it. Like I said, then I just went back old school and just said, okay, so we got our sticky section here. We're going to hide it on page load. And then we're going to give it that class of sticky section, which is going to put it all the way down at the bottom. But remember, it's at the bottom, but it's hidden. Okay, so then we say window on scroll function, let pixels from top equals window.scroll top. So it says, however far you're down from the top, you've scrolled down from the top, give us that number. And so let me show you how that looks in real life here. Let me go all the way back up to the top.
And I've done this on like mobile only, like with a sticker funnel. I put it kind of the same concept, sticky button. So when you actually scroll down the page, that buy now or add to cart or join now actually starts to show up.
Yeah. So if you see over here now on the left-hand side, as I started to scroll, it's telling me how far down from the top I am. So, I mean, that's how simple this is. It knows how far down you are from the top. And when we get to 250, I have it fade in. But then what I also do is when we get back above 250, I have it fade back out again. So you could just have it come in and out inside of your range like that, which I think works a lot better. And then down here at the bottom, I just have it at 1,000. So once we get to 1,000 at the bottom, then it fades itself back out. And when you're back in, so between 250 and 1,000, it's showing on the page. Now with the AI secrets page over here, how I would do this is I would have it so you got your button visible here on the page, and as you scroll down, you're getting to the point like maybe about here, then have it fade in, because the rest of the page as we come down here, there's no buttons on this page anywhere. So that's why they did this, because there's no buttons here. Okay, well, that makes sense. But when you get to right here, I'd have the button turn off, because then you have two big buttons right here on the page. So there's no reason for that third button anymore. So by doing it with just this, what is technically jQuery that I wrote this with, it can do it that way. And so we got here pixels from top greater than 250, pixels from top less than 1,000. Very simple. If so, have it fade in. That's it. Otherwise, have it fade out. That's it. There's more console logs and explanations in here than there are actual code. And so we got that there. And can you hear my cat crying?
Yes, I keep thinking it's a cat outside because of the positioning of it. It's like surround sound. And we have a few cats here that are barn cats. And I'm like,
well, yeah, you need some barn cats. Get those rats to stay away.
No mice.
So let's flip back here to our channel, our what's it here? What happens if I open this up? Okay, so it's a little bit bigger. You have a substantial collection of content focused on ClickFunnels with at least 47 videos. No, I've got 47 videos. There's like 300 or 400 or 500 videos about ClickFunnels on my site here. Normally, I mean, last week when I was working with this, like I said, it gave me really good information. But you can also ask a demographic stuff. So let's just say,
do you think that's maybe only the videos you have live?
Well, I still have hundreds of videos live, just because the ones you're seeing here unlisted, these are ones I just uploaded recently. Give me a demographic profile of my viewers. Now, one of the things that's interesting is my best videos ever in here are actually videos I made on how to clean and repair Wedgwood pottery. I get more views to this day. I made those in like 2016. To this day, I get more views on those videos than on anything else. By like,
you're the go-to expert for Wedgwood pottery.
I'm not kidding. I actually am. So no, I used to deal in that. It's very fascinating stuff. I mean, some of the oldest stuff I have was made in Britain during our Revolutionary War. Some of the oldest pieces I have. Let me see if I have.
There is always something new you learn about Dan.
Yeah.
Well, you got to come every week.
Yep, that's why you got to. Yes, that's right. You got to be here. You can learn about Madison's barn cats and ancient British pottery. So, ooh, look at that. I got 0.4% of my people are from Malaysia. So either way, I just want to let everybody know that this is here in YouTube, and you can find out all kinds of cool stuff. And like I said, ask it how to set up your YouTube channel. Ask it how to set up your videos, the description, the tags, all that kind of stuff. One thing I found very interesting, it kept going back over and over and over again about using playlists. It was very adamant about using playlists. Also, it'll tell you the tags really don't matter worth a darn. But yeah, just because it was just like playlist. So it's got to be using them as a way to semantically group certain videos together. So I would guess the more nuanced your playlists are, probably the better. So if you got, in this case here, I just did 5 videos on how to use the order bump inside of ClickFunnels. Maybe I should make a playlist just ClickFunnels order bump, or maybe ClickFunnels checkout element, and then the order bumps would all still be inside of there. Just to, basically you're creating a category.
Think about it this way. All of these social media platforms, the key metric is how much time can you keep that user on their platform, right? Because it's all, then they can show more ads to them so they can make more money. That's why videos like, social media videos, like short form videos, the watch time, the longer your watch time is, the more they will push that out to people. Same thing with YouTube, right? A playlist automatically plays the next video on that playlist. So it makes sense why they push playlists, because it is basically like Netflix, right? Where Netflix automatically within 10 seconds goes to that next episode to keep you on the platform.
Yeah, because then they got the Netflix, they got the pre-roll ads there, and Netflix isn't bad with it. I'll admit I've been watching like Stranger Things, and so they got like a minute and a half of pre-roll, and then somewhere in the middle they got about another minute and a half, and I mean that's not bad. There's some other networks where it's just every 2 minutes they got like 5 minutes worth of commercials. Yeah. And, I only have to go to the bathroom just so many times during a show. And so, what am I going to do on the 15th set of commercials in there? That's why I guess
here would be the other hack to try is you think about let's take the order bump, right? For example, and there is or let's take the checkout element. And in the checkout element, there's a section about discount codes. So how do you turn on a discount code? How do you show an order summary? Like if you took your whole 25-minute video and you broke it down and into those specific elements and put it in a playlist, and somebody just wants to watch the part about the showing the order summary, you're going to have a higher watch through rate on that video than of them watching, say, 4 minutes of a 5-minute video than them watching 4 minutes of a 25-minute video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they can bounce around a little bit more and the whole thing. But if you got it all on a playlist, the other thing is they can easily find it though too.
Yeah.
And you can make your playlist public, and so they can search your playlist. They can go to your homepage. I don't know. I've not done a great job of doing playlists over the years. Let me stop this here because I know a video is going to start playing. Oh, hey, it's showing us that we're currently live.
Hey.
Did I take that video down? Maybe because I'm not really on my live page here. Had AI, of course, help me with this image up here at the top. I didn't paint it myself. I was going to, but I just ran out of time. So I just had AI do it for me. But okay, so here are some playlists right here. Yeah. So then they group them together. But my playlists are like really broad. So my playlists will get like 100 videos in them. But after what we're talking about here and what AI told me, or YouTube's AI in particular told me, probably should chunk it down into smaller and smaller pieces there. Theoretically Media, that was the other AI YouTube channel I was going to tell you about, Madison, is right here. Matt Wolf, and then something else. Yeah, Theoretically Media. But I haven't looked at any of that AI stuff on YouTube in 2 years, but I really have to get back to it because guess what? Everything's going to AI. Get used to it. My attitude was 2 years ago, it's like, well, I'll wait until they really kind of make this more concise, put it in, somewhere that's easier to use. And we've gotten to that point now.
No, I think it's even harder. Like there's even more tools. Like at their base, we have GMC, Ford, and Toyota, basically, right? OpenAI, Anthropic, and Gemini, Google.
Well, Perplexity. Perplexity is actually one of the largest companies in the world. I was shocked when I saw that.
Perplexity is the Kia. Okay, so yeah, they're smaller.
Not a Yugo.
Just roll with it. Stop ruining the analogy. But now there's all these tools, but at their core, they still run on one of those 4 models. And with the big models being OpenAI's API, Anthropic's, which is Claude, and Google, which is Gemini.
Yeah. I had on the Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi are doing an AI thing this week. And I think one of the people said that there were 12,000 new AI products, whatever you want to call it, AI systems, AI, whatever, 12,000 of them released in the last year.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to, jump on every single new one of them. That's why as things become consolidated, I really see Claude, what they're doing with their Claude code and their projects and everything else
Claude
that they're doing.
Going like boom, like that. Complete hockey stick, right? Like what you would say and doing like an evaluation or from like an equity side of it, like they're going like this and probably actually straight up and maybe even like,
maybe
backwards. And OpenAI is tanking, right? I don't want to say OpenAI, I want to say ChatGPT. Because OpenAI does have massive military contracts behind it. That's where they're focusing. That's why
at least now it does. I didn't really get into what that dust up was with Anthropic and the government and all that. So I was like, I don't care. It works. It does what I want it to do. And so I'm happy about that. And now we're going to see what Russell's thing is coming out next week and see how we can take that and layer it on top of everything else we're doing, because I don't know this for sure, so don't quote me on this, but I think you can connect things like Claude to their system, and that's going to make it like super, super powerful. But we'll see then on Monday.
And I think where if you're at the point where you're an entrepreneur or somebody, it is like all these apps and all these software, they're wrappers on those 4 big language models, right? OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, and Perplexity. And it is like there are tools out there, because I subscribe to an AI ads creator, and I saw another one and another one and another one, and I started realizing, I'm like, those are all just different wrappers. There is not any other actual engine running these AIs than pretty much, especially in the image side, OpenAI and Gemini, Nano Banana, Google.
Yeah. And how many of those are really running on Stable Diffusion on the way background? Because Stable Diffusion was really the first image generator for the most part that came out. At least the first one that we had a name for. I'm sure they had stuff in the labs, but let's take another look back here onto the AI secrets page, because they did something here where on the second page they are populating your name onto the second page. Okay, so it says, "Hey Dan" on the next page after I opt in. Well, how they did it, when I saw how they did this, I was like, guys, there's a built-in function inside of ClickFunnels that you don't need to do that, because it's already there.
And we've done it for 2 years.
Yeah, I had to play around with it again a little bit because I hadn't looked at it for so long. But there's a couple of things I learned as I was doing this, Madison, and this is the cool part. But what they did is 2 things happened. Let me see if we can come up here too. Well, the problem always is I don't want to expose my email address. So one of the things that happens when we submit this page here, okay, so we're going to have a pop-up that's going to come down in a minute. We're going to probably turn off the screen share so I don't expose my email address because it's probably already populated on there. What happens is when you hit submit, it runs a JavaScript library known as Garlic. And what it does is it takes your email address, your name, whatever you put into these input fields, and it stores it into what is known as local storage on your computer. And you can tell it's Garlic because it says the word garlic on there. And that causes it to persist from one page to the next as long as you stay on the same domain. Okay. Well, they didn't even take advantage of the garlic part of this. What they did right here is they said, okay, grab that first name and save it to local storage, but as a different key value pair of CF first name with then your first name. Okay, great. Okay, fine. Then on the next page, what they could do is come in and retrieve that value, put the value onto the page, Or if there is no value there, which would be difficult to do because it's a required input field, if there's nothing there, it substitutes the word there. So Madison, take my screen down for a minute and let me just, okay, let me open this up. Of course, it had my stuff right there. So either way, I'm putting in, I mean, we've all seen input fields before, so I don't have to do anything there. Let's just go to the next page. And it's got a personalization thing, so just go there, check it out yourself. And now, did you see there? Just for a second, it had in square brackets, F name, all capital letters, as the page is loading up, because F name is actually on the page itself, not what, let's go back to the elements here, not what was, not what it is swapped out for, because the swapping out code is, I got to find it now. Yeah. Okay. So right here. Yeah. So you see here how it's got the square brackets, F name. I don't know if that's big enough for people to see or not, but nope. Yeah. So here, so it says, go into your local storage, grab the value for the key of CF first name, and then down here, replace F name, which was right here, with that first name. And up here, it says, or as it's pulling it out, grab that, or if there is no value there, or if that key value pair does not exist, then insert the word there. So if I hadn't put in a first name, it would just say, hey there, right there on the screen. Well, so you had to write the code to pull it out and put it into local storage. Then over here, you had to pull it out of local storage, print it onto the screen, deal with the fact that it might not actually be there, and you had that latent shift on here. In fact, let me see if we can, that cat crying is going to drive me nuts. It's like a baby crying, you know. Let's put on some throttling here, and then let's reload the page. Let me see if I can get it to show the F name part right there, because if you got a slow enough internet speed, it will actually just show that to you as it's loading. And now I probably slowed this thing down too much.
So the interesting thing is I went there to just the /VIP, and it says for me, hey there. But okay, I'll share my screen for people. Okay. I'll just take over. So this is kind of like the interesting, gotta remove Dan, boom. The interesting thing here is what is happening is it's actually, because they are pulling it off of opt-in, it says, hey there, if I just went to just the URL without any local storage, because they're pulling local storage. And I imagine Dan's going to explain how you could do it where you'd have a higher chance of actually having the name populate there, because ultimately ClickFunnels knows who I am, and they should know this page.
Yeah. So let's go here then to, okay, first thing in order to get this to work is we need an opt-in page. Okay. So fine. I mean, they had an opt-in page. They go to the next page. And so here's my opt-in page. And I was also playing around with some stuff in here for custom types, which we may talk about a different time once I get that completely sorted out. But I just got my first name, email address here. So obviously, once you hit submit, it saves your first name and your email address to the contact database. Okay. We all know how that works. Well, then we come to the next page here, and we are going to use something built into ClickFunnels known as Liquid. So there's a Liquid syntax available inside of here, and it's pretty simple to set up. So let me just set one up for new here. We're just going to come here to headline, and we're going to say, we're just going to copy what we have above here, and we're just going to type in, hey, and then we're going to put in contact dot, well, if I could spell first. underscore name. There we go. And then another set of curly brackets right there. Now, that's not the only thing you have to do. Next thing you have to do is click on this gear right there, and you come over here to advanced, and you say, I want that to be dynamically populated. And it'll always make it look like this. Now, why these up here are not looking like that this morning, because yesterday they were looking like that until I clicked in them. Because once you click in this here,
once you edit it cannot go back.
Okay,
it does not stay dynamic. You have to create a whole new. You can't just create a whole new one.
They fixed that. That's what it used to be. Yeah, yeah. This is working much better than it used to. This thing used to be really clunky, but now it's working really good. But here's the other thing: is so they had the default where if they couldn't find that in local storage, if it didn't exist in local storage, they would put in the word there. Well, all you have to do inside of Liquid is put in this bar and then say default : whatever you want that in there. So I could put the word there in there. I put in gorgeous in case the first name did not exist. And this thing works beautifully. Now, here's the thing I found out. I thought that it was pulling when you leave the opt-in page. Not only does it store it to your garlic, but it also stores it inside of what is known as session data inside of the browser itself. That's not where it pulls this from, which was the part that surprised me. When you're using Liquid, it's all server side. So the server, when it reaches out to grab the next page in this funnel where we are putting in this Liquid code, it already has your name in the database.
Yeah.
It attaches your name to this at the server side before it sends the entire HTML package to your browser. So it does not populate browser side or client side. It populates server side, which also then means you're never going to have that latent flicker of it showing something and then flipping to the word it's supposed to be. Because it's not JavaScript running on the client side. It's actually coming from the server itself. And that I learned yesterday. I was very surprised to learn that. So what we're going to do here is we are going to, let's just go to the opt-in page. I don't need to keep that, what I just put in there. We'll click OK. And now I'm going to do, no, I can't do it. Well, I can do it incognito. Yeah, actually, Madison, take my screen down for a minute because I'm going to have to switch screens anyway. Because I'm going to do this incognito. Open link in incognito mode. Okay. And we're going to put in my first name is now became Madison.
No.
Okay, we got Madison@gmail.com. Okay, share my screen again.
Hey, at least make that you got to switch over.
Hang on.
At least make that an affiliate link in case Madison@gmail.com wants to sign up.
What?
Use an affiliate link. Oh, no, you're using your own thing, not the secret.
Wait, what am I in? Okay, share the screen. Okay, share the screen. Window. And it is this one here. We're going to share that. Okay, so we got Madison@madisoncounty.com or something. So, do you see there's a new movie that came out? Isn't it called like Madison or something?
Uh-huh. Yep, from the Yellowstone people. Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we're going to, I'm like looking at the raw screen. Okay, so we're going to click the button now, okay? We're going to click the button. We're going to go to the next page.
You could add a custom label because you made it required. Red box.
Oh, okay. Is this one too? Well, I guess
nope,
I already had something in there. Okay. See, that's what happens when you're doing testing. And boom, there it is on page load. It went in there. Now, what we can do is let's retest this and let's take your name out. Hopefully I didn't make that required. If so, we'll go make that fix real quick. And now we'll do it again. Now here it's going to still show Madison. Why? Because it's still the same email address. All right. So now we're going to change because it already had this stored in the database. So we're just going to say plus some numbers there. Let's try it again. And because, hang on a second. Let me bounce out of here.
Do you remember how we were able to pull that in the console on a web page? Or are you going to show that?
How we were able to.
Just remember we were able to do like window dot.
Yeah, I remember how to do it, but because I was doing it all day long yesterday. But again, that's not where it's pulling it from. It's not pulling it from there. It is coming from the server. Yeah, I went round and round with AI yesterday on this one here, and then I was finally like, oh my God, it's coming from the server. Okay, share my screen, or do I have to do it?
You do have to hit at least share screen.
Okay, I got to do that again. Okay. Okay, so this time, and we're only doing this to show you that it worked because I wouldn't be showing you this if it didn't work. So we're going to do it now, and I got to put something in there again. Okay. All right, so now there you go. So now it gave us the default. And so if we go back to now, we're going to have to go back to the other screen again, and I have to speak like a Canadian so they can understand me up there. We'll come back into here because there's two different ways that I did this.
Yeah, I was just thinking if you remembered the console command, we could prove that it actually knew my name on Russell's page.
Oh yeah, it's just window.session data. So you want to pull that up. Okay, so here I did this two different ways. So we got contact, first name, and you see I don't have.
You're not sharing your screen.
I'm not sharing. I thought I was sharing my screen. We will share the screen again. There we go. Share, and share alike. Okay, there we are. Okay, so here we go. So this one here, I had the default put into. You saw it was gorgeous. High gorgeous on both of them. So here I built it right into the syntax of the liquid itself. Here I did not. And so let us go into the code and see what I did in there. Because honestly, I completely forgot what I did. And it was only yesterday. Wait. Yeah. Here is how I did that there. And let's just turn this back off. So turn off that text decoration. See, what I did is I came in and I put a strike through on this here. So it knew which element I was looking for or what part of the element, because you can do this right in the middle of something as long as you can identify it. So you have to put some sort of tags around it, a div, a p, a span, a something. Well, in our case here, we're doing a strike around it. And so let me go back into the code. And right here. So what I did is I said, dynamic headline strike empty before. So if there was nothing in there, so when it comes from the server, if all of a sudden was hey and then nothing, that's what this empty triggers. So then we use the pseudo element that is attached to every single element inside of ClickFunnels. And I said, give me the content of gorgeous. And it automatically picked up the font size, font family, everything about its parent element that it inherited from the parent element. And then we just do again here, the strike, we say text decoration of none. And that's a secondary. In fact, this was the first way I did it. And then I had to look up. It's like, well, wait a second. Is there a built-in way to do this? Because I know Liquid is very robust language. I never really worked much with it. But the little I have studied on it, you could do a whole lot of stuff. It was actually created by Shopify.
Yep.
And is probably still very widely used inside of Shopify. So,
yep.
very, very powerful. So there's 2 different ways here that you can populate that default in case no name exists in the database. So that's what I got, Madison. Didn't leave you much time.
It's all right. I don't need much time. Okay, so Dan said to me, he sent me a message, I think it was like Monday or Tuesday, and he says, do you know about Whisper? And I said, Whisper from OpenAI or Whisper Flow? And I said, the voice to text one? And he said, yeah, the voice to text one. If you haven't seen it, Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO, is pushing it now. And actually, Tony Barnett told me about it in the fall. So I've been using it for quite a while. And especially when you have a baby in this hand and you still need to work, it's like the best thing, right? So let me pull it up. So basically at its core, what it is, I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, I get every day I'm seeing it in my Facebook feed, and I'm seeing in other places. And I actually knew that Madison had mentioned that she had been using it. And then I've seen a couple examples of it now. And basically what you like, hold down a key on your computer and you start talking, and it whatever you say to it, eventually it like essentially rewrites it into something that makes sense.
Yeah. So basically on my keyboard, I have it as the function. I think that's the function key. So as I push down, you can see there's a little line. Actually, I'll make this easier for us. You can actually double tap it. And then you see down here, let me make my screen big. Oops, it went away. Here we go.
Well, kill the thing down at the bottom for StreamYard.
Okay, you're right. Oh, nope, it's still there. Okay, so you see this right here. You can see the waveform there. All I did is I double tapped. I'm not sharing my thing. I double tapped the function key or whatever key you have it set up for on your keyboard. And now it's going. And I am, so you can actually see, it should probably demonstrate a little. I am hands-free and it is still going. So I can do this. I can hit stop and there it is. So it basically put in everything that I just said. And so the really cool part about it is you guys can see on, I've used it just a little bit. I've used almost 100,000 total words have been typed at 135 words per minute over the last 16 weeks. I use this so much, I had to install a colored light bulb when I'm in like the family room, and I toggle it with my keyboard. So like everybody knows I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to either AI or like a Facebook message.
Wait. So when you hold down the function key, it changes the light in the room you're in. So people
it's a light bulb. Just a light bulb.
Not to bother you.
To know that I'm not talking to them. Yes.
So it must be like an LED light, obviously, that you can easily.
Yep.
Wait, can I use it to start my car with? I push down the button and it starts my car for me?
Probably could figure it out. Probably. Mm-hmm. So I remember it was about a month ago. I did a video that this had saved me on average like 10 hours. And as you can see, I just put it in ChatGPT. The only reason I pretty much use ChatGPT anymore is just to ask it stupid, dumb questions I don't want to do the calculations on. So I said 98,000 words at 134 words per minute is 12 hours and 14 minutes of basically typing would be. If I could write at that. I can really pretty much write at about 65 words per minute. Yes, I did the test. I took the little thing. So that has saved me 13 hours just by hitting that button.
Yeah. But now I got to turn off my camera for a second, but I'll keep talking. But what else could this be used for? Because I saw that what you were doing is just you were putting it into Whisper Flow itself, and I saw something there that said Scratchpad. But can you connect this directly to Claude?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so basically Whisper Flow works, and let me just get a couple things queued up here. So let's do this. Oops, I did the wrong button. Okay. So you can see here I have my email. And I'm going to send an email to Dan. Oops. We showed Dan's actual real email address. That's right. We'll scratch it. So what I can do here is I can either hold down the key and it starts to type for me, or I can double tap it and now I am hands free. So that's just the only thing. The cool thing about if I double tap it, I can now go back over here and be like, hey, so remember I have that funnel wind web funnel. It's skunkworks.myclickfunnels.com/funnelwind. I need you to go there, check it out. Let me know there is a blue button that I need you to make sure to type or hit. And then I just go like this. And it populates that back in there.
Okay, so you just tap the function button again, and then okay.
Now the other thing is like I'm like, well, that doesn't sound very good. I can actually hit option 1. And what this is going to do inside of Whisperflow is actually going to make it sound better.
Okay.
It's going to reformat it for me.
And I was going to say, does it format it in your voice? Now, in an email, your voice might be important. In Claude, it's actually probably better to format it in a way that Claude's going to understand it better than my endless rambling on about something.
Yeah. So the other thing is, and I'm going to have to do it over here in GBT because I don't know why Claude's not opening up, but say, I need you to create me an image for Supermasters Live, talking all about AI. And I just noticed this as I dug into this. The cool thing that I love about Whisperflow is instead of hitting like this button and something happening within whatever platform you're using, and then everything you spilled out is gone, everything is saved in here.
Oh, that's interesting too.
Yeah, so I can just hit copy. But you notice it's on Supermasters Live. It didn't quite get it. I can actually put in little their little snippets, and that changes that stuff out.
The one thing I tried doing the voice thing on Claude one day, and what I didn't like is it was really latent, meaning I would click on it and it would take like 10-15 seconds to start recording, and then I mean it was clunky as hell, I thought. And this seems to run much faster.
Significantly faster. So the other thing they have is I can actually go option. Oops. Okay, let's go like this. I cannot navigate off of it, I guess. Create me an image of promoting AI secrets challenge.com. Okay. And then
one thing I thought, what I saw in the ads is you could like be talking along, say something that's like, no, scratch that last part here, do this instead. And it will like delete out that part you just said or something like that.
Yeah. So if I hit option 2, they actually have a thing in here that creates this as a better prompt.
Oh, sorry, it creates it. So it rewrites your prompt if that's what you're using it for.
You're a graphic designer, AI generator that talks about the polished, create a high quality image, blah, 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 blah.
And is that outputting that as markdown, or is that, or those asterisks? Those are asterisks around there, not hashes. Okay.
So the other thing is like, if I go this and I say, I'm gonna double tap it, say, hey Dan, let's run the show at 10 a.m. Nope, sorry, never mind. Let's do it at 9 a.m. for the next 3 days.
Trying to impersonate your baby crying over the top of you.
It's got a much higher pitched scream than that. But yeah. The other really cool thing is I can say, hey Dan, can we actually do the show next week at 2 p.m. and not 3 p.m.? It actually, you don't have to be that loud to do it.
Is that why it's called Whisper? Because you get
I think so. And you can toggle it based on like how loud your room is and how much other sound you have in the background and tons of different filters like that. And this works in any program, any platform. So I could even come over here on ClickFunnels, open up a new funnel. And I mean, I have told, like, I've done things to be like, create the funnel copy, right? And we're just going to take one of the templates. Edit this. So I could actually be reading from ChatGPT or Claude, right? And I'm just going to click in here. The only thing is you would have, maybe you'll be able to click in here. Let's see. I'm going to actually say, actually make me the images for each one of those. Going back here. This template's loading, taking forever to load.
Well, you keep cutting out like usual, so you might just have internet issues.
Probably.
Issues.
Okay, so it is now ChatGPT's making the little thing. Hit reload.
There
we go.
There we go.
All right, so it's like, unlike your financial feature with our 15-day challenge, I'm going to say unlock your AI skills with our 7-day AI secrets challenge. Boom.
So you need to change the light in your room when you're doing this in front of me, because I thought you were talking to me and not the machine. And so
see the problem?
Yes, your baby's going to be so confused.
Especially when it talks back to her and it's Australian. Then she's really confused. I'm like,
I bet.
Is Auntie Tony or Auntie Talia? No. But I don't have the light set for here, but I can do it El Manuel. So
you're teaching your baby how to speak Aussie, huh?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I do actually have the lights go red. Go red like this and be like, AI is taking over. Now is your chance to actually run your business with just one person. And I can go through and say, make that sound better. Or whatever I wanted it to do, whatever I set these preset hotkeys as, is things that it can actually then put in there.
Okay, so you're saying when you're like hitting option 1 or option 2 or something, you preset those, I guess. Yeah.
Option 1 and option 2 come preset from Whisperflow now, or maybe the cool kids just call it Whisper. But yeah, I can also use it on my phone. So I've noticed that, like, and I have some complaints about the phone part of it, is so say I'm gonna like send a text message. I can do the same thing where I have the little here. Oops, is it not triggering? Or is it not firing? I have it maybe. Okay, here we go. So it says start flow. It opens up Whisperflow. It goes back to my messages. And then I can say down here, I don't know why it's not working. Oh, there it goes. And just go like this. It does the same thing and says, can you say, can we meet at 4 p.m.? No, wait, let's meet at 3 p.m. It didn't do that great of a job, but it does pretty good there.
Well, you know, it like anything else, it's just going to get better.
Yeah.
Like I said, like 2 years ago when we started playing around with the AI stuff, I was just like, you know, I mean, think about the spaghetti bowls that you used to have to make. If you wanted to create like a really cool image and you got like really deep into the basics of the AI. And I remember being on a call with Nuno Tavares one time. He's really big into the AI. And he, you know, he's got, you know, the one box and the string over here. And I mean, seriously, there was 20 different boxes with all the lines in between them. And I'm like going, I'm going to wait until somebody makes this a lot less complicated. And like I said, now we are there. Now we are there.
We could have been the front runners of this, Dan. We were there.
We could have made $1 billion. Did you see the video of Russell's? And then we got to get off of here. The video of Russell's where he was talking about the guy who was profiled in the New York Times for having made $1 billion. Well, it turns out the way he did that is he generated like 500 fake Facebook accounts and generated fake doctors and fake testimonials. And he's going to end up in prison. And the FTC is going to take his $1 billion away. And he made all kinds of false claims about the GLP-1 or something that he was selling. As like, yeah, okay, guys, don't be stupid with the AI. The AI can do a lot of cool stuff. Don't be stupid. Don't be malicious. Don't get in trouble with the government, because ask Perry Belcher. You say one wrong thing in an ad, and they will come to your house and take everything away from you.
Yep. Yep. And that's where I draw the line at. I draw the line. I mean, I think AI influencers, it's cool. There's cool things you can do with it. I personally don't like the clones of myself yet because I'm just like, that's not me. But I draw the line at AI testimonials. Like, you could state facts, right? This person can say, hey, did you know you can save $30 on your life insurance policy? Check it out here. But actually say, I went there and I saved $5,000 on my life insurance policy. I think that's kind of an ethical line that is not something that should be crossed.
Yeah, I'm already sick and tired of the AI generated videos. I mean, everybody and their brother putting up a reel of some little puppy dog or something, and it's just like, you know, get out your camera and take a video of your own damn dog. And if you can't, then go get a dog. You know, whatever. There's plenty down the pound. Go get one. Take some videos of it. Put it online.
Get a baby, train her on how to build funnels, and have her create her own content.
Yes, exactly.
That's what Funnel Baby does. So
just throw her out there into the wild.
With that being said, we will see you guys all next week. Go sign up for the AI Secrets Challenge.
But not until you talk to us, because
not until you talk to us, because obviously we're going to break down.
We're pitching our our affiliate links or anything here, because that would be immoral. But if we were to, you might want to get a hold of one of us. So,
but for our people, because we did talk about what your bonus is going to be, we might as well spill what we're going to do. We're going to do some implementation calls long after the challenge is done, because let's face it, Dan and I are the OG AI people inside the ClickFunnels space. The receipts are there back from 2 years ago. 3 years ago?
It was fall of 23 is when we started doing AI videos here in the ClickFunnels group. But because videos only stay around for 30 days now, we actually have no proof anymore.
You'd have to, I think they're on my YouTube channel. You'd have to go back.
Yeah, they are. They're all on my YouTube channel too. So
yeah.
So go there. Okay. All right. We got to get out of here.
All right. We'll see you guys all next week.
See ya.